Game on, let's go. I've been offered this corp 3 times today. This is Hellas, right? Hellas. Okay, Great Aquifers is good with algae in hand. Demos is great. I think Allied Banks over the other two. We don't have a use for power. I don't think. I think we actually play house printing on the drop here because contractor's a thing and we don't have a steel target. This is tough because I want to keep a lot of cards. Wow. Like, I want to keep this whole hand. Quantum's too much. We only have one science tag, even though we do have Olympus. I just can't justify keeping everything. We could skip house printing, but I don't know. We can pay for it entirely with steel. You could skip industrial center maybe. But it's quite good, especially if he tries to put a city in the south for polar. We can pressure him with it. We don't really have a Gen 1 play other than house printing. Oceans are a little tricky. I think we just take 4 cash. Then we're floating 4 cash. Subterranean can take another. We could ocean walk like this. I might take card and heat though, or card and titanium, honestly. Because it's quite bad to float 5 plants with no meaningful way to convert here. I think this looks fine to me. Let's double check this one more time. We could take biofuels over banks, and that could be our conversion. But we can't get it down this gen. Right, we start with 2 plants. We get 6 by playing on the oceans here. And then we have a plant to start the gen, and then we go ocean convert. I think I like that better. These oceans are just weak. Like, I don't think we're going to play Demos immediately. Okay, I mean, we're floating a power, which really sucks. The tag is good for diversifier if we want to go that route, and we have a plant tag, which is one of the rarer ones to get early. The power, we're more vulnerable to tapping this way. We're more likely to get a conversion. I don't know. It's kind of risky. I think Allied Bank has just got to be better. We're cash poor anyway. It's pretty close between the two. I think I'm changing my mind. I think I'm taking the money, and instead, because we're so short on cash, we'll take the titanium in the card. It's close though. I just think biofuels is so weak if you don't have a follow, and we don't really have any follow here. It's too weak to take for the milestone, and it's gambling all of our plants. So let's do this. Okay, media is really, really nice, as I see. Oh, him playing oceans is really, really nice. He's mining guild. Okay, so denying that ocean was really huge. I guess I could have looked at that before I placed it. He could be playing a bumper here with 5 power. Mining Guild's quite scary on this map. It's going to make fighting Contractor pretty tough. Probably going to try to just go Media and then Ocean for the 3 heat, 4 cash next gen. Could have a bumper. I imagine he takes Energizer pretty easily here. And that's the only milestone that's really like up for grabs here. I'm glad that we have Industrial Center. It's almost certainly going to get play. He'll play a city this game since he's Mining Guild. Nuke Zone, very good. Good for us too, though. Let's just get Lycan on pretty early. He is jockeying for Polar Explorer. I think we just skip here. No need to play Media for tempo. We could find Earth Office still. It's a lot of Joves. Do we ever go that line? This seems really bad. Asteroid mining is like our whole gen. I would rather play into our strong plant line here. And Rim, I don't want to push it for Rim Settler. We have a lot of Tactician cards anyway. Yeah, Survey is not bad. It's between Survey and Ecosystems here. And it might just be Survey because we have so much synergy for Survey. No, it's not a tourney game, Dan. You can talk in this one. Special design. Special design gets us algae immediately, but it might be better for actually an early insects. I think it's a little bit better than shuttles. He took the Jove. I think I'm okay to pass him the other Jove. I'd be so shocked if he plays asteroid mining. He doesn't have much cash. Like he has no titanium either. Advanced Ecosystems just way better here. Kind of a surprising pick. The question here is, do we keep Advanced Ecosystems? All we need is an animal. We don't really have any heat, so I think it's fine to keep. And what do we want to do this gen? Media group. So lines this gen are we could... I think I want to play Olympus and maybe Survey. I'm going to save the special design. I'm not going to burn the special design here for algae. Okay, let's keep 3 here. I think this gen we're playing Media, Olympus, Survey. Okay, he kept 0 cards, I think. Pretty sure he had 24 cash and 5 cards, which is a good sign for us. Let's see if he's got the bumper. I imagine he would have kept shuttles maybe if he had the bumper. Electrocat. Okay, that's a good one. So This ocean's almost free. We get 5 rebate from media. We get 9 rebate. Wow, he kept it. Wow. Maybe we do play it. The ocean only costs 2. It's 11, right? 11 minus 5 minus 4, so that puts us down to 15. Yeah. I don't know though. I really think this might be an early insects kind of game. I kind of want to wait one more gen. Let's play this. This costs 4, so we can still play the ocean. Cupola and Inventors Guild. The microbe tag's really good for diversifier. And it lets us play Cupola. We still can do it all. Now that we have Cupola, I'm inclined to just rip all this stuff. We could play Guild here instead as well. Yeah, that's probably better to play Guild here, actually. Because we still have no heat control. I think we have enough econ to play Guild here. It is very expensive. It doesn't draw a card. There's no real benefit to playing the ocean now. I don't know, maybe this algae is just too good. Or we could do neither. If we play Guild now and we buy the card, we basically have no money next draft. I think I'm okay to do neither and just get one more draft's worth of information. Algae is quite committal. Because we could consider Demosing next gen. Demos is 2 heat. We don't hit any of his plants, but it does turn on Lichen. Okay, well, Investment Loan's the best card here. If we pass him tapping, we're kind of forced to play Cupola, which I think is okay. We don't really have another steal target yet, and it lets us secure the north spot, which I like. And Loan is just insane for us. Biomass and birds. Both very good. This is tough. We're gonna get biomassed pretty soon, but birds is our animal tag. It's eccentric. Take birds. Expedition is even keepable here. But knowing he has biomass, I don't actually know. It's basically 10 cash for an O2. Yeah, it's really good. Or it's not really good, I should say. It's very high value. And we have birds. Maybe we hang on to it and try to secure the O2 bump with it. We could Demos Cupola. Could we Demos Cupola Lichen? Demos costs 26, Cupola's free. Oh, actually Demos is even less than that. I don't hate it. It's really kind of painful to use Demos against the Mining Guild. But it turns on Lycan, it's 2 heat. It's basically worth an extra heat bump if we play it now. Maybe close to 2 heat bumps, honestly. That's probably worth it. And we get the plants rolling. This delays guild again, but I think that's fine. Sabo. Okay. That's annoying. Man, imagine getting heat trappers after that play. That would be really sad. Okay, nothing else to do here. We've got 2 plant tabs we can turn on now, 3 if we want to play algae. Maybe it's now this is the gen to play algae, now that we can play Lichen as well. Crab Factory is pretty good for him. Fish is an interesting one. The heat's still quite slow though. I think I'll just make it harder for him to play Joves, I guess, since he's committing to that route. It's also a contractor tag. We don't really want the heat to go too fast anyway, because we don't have any heat locked cards. I still think the Demos was okay there, because we're happy to get a few incremental bumps, but yeah, we can play Guild and probably play all of our plants this gen. This costs 12, 22, 22 plus 7 is 29, so we could keep 2 cards out of this draft, and that's assuming we buy the Guild card. Wow. As much as I want this mangrove, that nitrophilic moss with insects is actually insane. I think we just slam that. Okay, so he's got fish, windmills, or magnetizer. Magnetizer might be better here. Windmills is still pretty far away. I think we're just keeping Nitro Moss here. I'm definitely going to play that this gen. And honestly, we could still take our Heat Ocean here. But I think now that we have Cupola down, it's probably better to start going for the ocean rebates on the next to Cupola. Can we ever get to diversifier? We need a plant tag, which we have. We already have a science tag. We have any other good tags? Not really. Tactician's better for us. We have a lot of tactician cards. What's the count on tactician? 1-1. We'll probably get it because it's going to be almost impossible for him to take it here. And we're going to play a bunch of tactician cards. I think we delay guild yet again here and just keep developing plants. Domed. It's a good card for him. Let's see. Okay, he sells a steel. So that's a center target. I'm not totally sure we want to use it. I think Expedition is now quite good here. See, can we get to a greenery? We've got the ocean for 2. Noctis Farming puts us up to 5. Industrial Center puts us to 6. Algae puts us to 7. Is it still correct to develop guild here? Guild costs 12, the ocean costs 6. So that's 20 minus 6 is 14. No, I don't like guild. I think we don't worry about the conversion and we just develop our plants here. In which case I think we also mining expedition him. And we wait on center. If we had 2 oceans, I'd be really tempted to take the top 2 and center the 2 plant spot for 4 cash. Well, it's not expensive to play because we have surplus steel. It's just, I don't... Oh, guild, yeah. Yeah. We already have good plays. And again, I think we wait on this special design. We could play Noctis Farming here. And then we could go center convert, which I don't hate. The dream here would be to draw like Ice Asteroid. Tactician, okay, we're cruising on Tactician now. You don't understand mining here? Yeah, it was... He has a lot of titanium, so he could... If he has hydrogen, he has a conversion, right? Center Moss Design Algae. Ooh, that's a really good preserve. Ooh, the city is really good for him, though. I think... I think center is still better here. But that's a really good city. It's expensive for him. Let's just take the preserve. Indentured is pretty easily the pick here. That's an insane indentured. I will say it definitely puts us in like kind of a weird spot. Because now we have to figure out how to open this gen. I want to keep 2. I think these are the only 2 we keep. We can't center for 2 plants. We can't ocean for 2 plants. I mean, we could SP a greenery, but that's very expensive. But it means we'd have to float plants for 2 gens. Do we have a line for... We don't have a line for Space Mirrors is a milestone. That's kind of funny. Space Mirrors is 14 cash for a milestone. And it gives us pocket power in case we find anything else we want for it. This to me looks like the gen that we're developing guild. I suppose we could just center and convert. Maybe not overthink this too much. It's sad to lose the center value, but I don't want to SP. Actually, SP Ocean Convert might be the line. And then we preserve the special design. I don't hate SP Ocean here. Save center for more value. And then we can still develop guild and algae. And then I think keeping the other card for the milestone is pretty dumb. He's gonna take 2 milestones, but SP Ocean Convert, algae, guild, I think that feels way better to me. And preserve. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I could have put preserve on the ocean for, yeah. Oh my god, how did I not see that? I mean, we still can do it. It's still, we can put it, we can take 3 heat. This is a pretty high value ocean, so I'm okay to take that now. I mean, it would suck if he had kelp, but that was definitely a mistake. No, it's not tournament. Tournament games are on Tharsis. We're gonna play the tournament game. We're gonna go Hellas, Elysium, and then Tharsis. So we'll play tournament in like 2 hours. But that was an easy line. I can't believe I missed that. I'm just not enough Hellas play, I guess. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't cost me too much. SP Oceans are very expensive. Okay, he might be playing the city. Do we want to... Are we always playing guild this gen? I think so. We can play indentured guild, preserve. If guild costs 12, we get a ton of... We get 5 cash from this. So we have 26 cash. Less 12 is 14. Algae costs 10, and this card basically costs 7. So let's think about this. Indentured Guild puts us at 26. 26 minus 12 is 14. Preserve costs 1. Preserved costs 7, and it rebates 4, so it costs 3. So we go from 20. If we go from 14 to 11, and we can still play Algae, so we can do everything here. And I don't think we're gonna be in trouble on. If we really get in trouble on Tactician, I guess we could play Lone. I think Guild makes sense here because we don't really have a lot of plays other than what we're doing after this gen. Yeah, I've kind of assumed he's had Energizer this whole game. I'm pretty happy to take 1 milestone here. Space Mirrors is just so much money for the milestone for a useless card when we have quite a bit to develop here. Should start thinking about these a little bit. We're at least going to make it hard for him on Contractor, which is good. And he doesn't have card draw yet. Uh-oh. Earth Cat coming? What tag is he missing? Like all the bio tags, basically. Lava flows. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a keep because we have -5 on it. So we have exactly 8 plants next gen. Yeah, this is really looking like special design insects. Then he's gonna biomass us. It's gonna hurt. Nice asteroid. Oof, give me that center value. Let's go. Oh my god, this value right now is absolutely insane. You guys ready for this? That's gross. That is just gross. We even have Were you talking to me? Taking 2 cash in a plant over 6 cash and 3 heat? Oh, I see. You're saying his ocean was wrong. Yeah, I agree. We even have wave power to pressure the milestone if we want, but I still don't think it's worth. We could just claim here. Get it over with in case we need the tempo. And then the question is, do we take heat or not? I think taking heat is fine here. He does have a heat bump next gen for bushes though, which I don't love. So maybe we hold on it. Deep Well or Power Supply Consortium. He can PSC us. Maybe we just cut PSC because we have wave power. But Deep Well's so good for him. I think we just cut Deep Well and just remember that he has PSC. Yikes. Well, we did pass him wife. Capital looks bad here. Capital's okay here. What's better, capital or... I still think capital is better for him than IO. I feel like if he plays IO here, he's just like asking for it. And we can't keep capital because we can never get 2 power. I think we're just trying to get insects down this gen. So I think we keep nothing here. Unless we want to keep Deep Well as a potential steal target, which I don't hate. It's a contractor tag. It gives us a little bit of game control. It's kind of borderline. It's weak with wave power too. But I've regretted not keeping this card in the past. So I think I'll... I'll skip it. I think we have card draw. We can find something better. Virus. Okay, that's pretty painful. But hopefully he'll make one more greenery here. That's good. I think we just rip that. And we take 6 cash. And we might SP a greenery here for insects. Question is it worth SP greenery loan to get 4 plants? Maybe not. That's a really high price to pay. Although, hang on just a minute. If we SP greenery in the south, we've got him on we milestone flip and it's a heat bump. Yeah, you can give advice. This isn't a tournament game. I think SP greenery in the south is actually kind of interesting because then we basically get Polar Explorer. He takes Energizer. He hasn't taken his heat bump yet. Wave power does pressure diversifier, but we don't have an 8th tag, and also he has power supply consortium. So it kind of just immediately gets tapped, and we might actually want it for later. I think I'm talking myself into the SP greenery play. The way this backfires on me is if he takes 2 milestones here, which would be Diversifier and Energizer. But I think we're always getting insects out of it, so I think it's okay. Plus we can open double convert now. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, now we just get a convert in the north. And then a convert elsewhere. We could consider funding here. Cultivator. Cultivator looks terrible for him. He has no plant tags. Protected Valley would be good for him. I don't know. I think we have birds. We claim Cultivator here. We double convert. We probably want to SP a lot of greeneries anyway. Before he funds. Eccentric is looking really good for him with Deco, Contractor. I don't know. These are tough situations for me to evaluate. But I think on Gen 6, I don't know. We might not have enough heat to defend it, so maybe we just take 2 heat here. And he's gonna biomass us this coming gen. We're about to be up 4-1 on Cultivator. God, how do we lose this? He has fish. He has fish and biomass. We have birds, and he has no plant tags. Seems pretty safe to me. I'll eat my words, I guess. And there's even Herbies. It's a terrible pack. Herbies, Eos, quite good. None of this stuff matters. Keep both of these. Question here is where to convert. I think we could convert on the card. Oh, actually, the card and the plant is pretty good. SF Memorial's good. So it's 10 to 10 on milestones and awards. How many points does he have? 2 VP. The old Gen 7 hackers. And there's the biomass. You hate to see it, but you know it's coming. Actually trying to talk myself into double SP greenery here. Do we even have enough? What's 41 minus 19? 21. That's not gonna cut it. Right? 41 minus 19 is 22. I don't think I want to sell any card though. Oh, and what am I talking about? I can't even get 19. Yeah, we can't. We don't have enough money. that's a draw. That's a great draw. Good to see you, Q. What else did you miss? Yeah, game's super buggy. I basically stopped using mods because they've slowed me down so many times. So we're doing the old-fashioned Excel tracker. I'm really glad he played that because now we can Urbies him next gen. Unless he livestocks or something. Hang on, I do not have 11 greeneries. I have 3 greeneries and I have 3 points on cities. He has 1 greenery and 1 point on cities. No, I have 4 points. Okay. Probably got to be commercial district here. Since he's mining guild and the rest of these cards don't do anything. Power infrastructure? Do I have to cut that from him? It's a lot of cash. Solar wind power is just better power for us and it draws a card, but I don't think we want to keep it. Let's cut power infrastructure. Do we want commercial districts? It's not the worst card in the world and we don't have a steel dump, but it means we have to play wave power. And it doesn't really matter for any of the awards other than contractor, which he could fund. He only has 5 cards though. Maybe we spec on it? No, we have EOS. What am I talking about? I think we keep none here. Pretty weak drafts. Okay. Double SP. So I think I like Urbi's Convert here. For steel? Setting up a pretty juicy city spot down there for him. Now we have EOS Convert, but yeah, we can probably just go EOS Convert and then draw. Or we could wait. If he's gonna kill our plant, he'll do it right now. There's a lot of good plant killing cards. Oh wait, there's no bonus ocean to worry about, but there's still big asteroid. I guess GIA is dead. Virus has been played. There's asteroid. What else is left? Not much. Maybe we do just draw. It's just, this feels quite secure. He just doesn't have a lot of cards. He doesn't feel super threatening right now. Man's just spamming greeneries. So he's out of money. Anti-grab is not going to cut it here. We could SP2 greeneries and play birds. I don't think that's... wait, just kidding. He doesn't have plant prod. That's bad. We could also just start ripping asteroids here. Let's wait on EO. He has fish, which I don't want to turn on. I think we just want to save up an end here. No point in playing EOS now. We'll play it with steel next gen. We can open... The real question is here is, do we want a city? But I think not. I think we just save our money and end this game. We can open double convert. If he wants the city, so be it. I guess we're giving him a chance to take the final greenery here. Maybe he does go for eccentric. Media archives is barely cash positive. Do any of these other cards matter? Not really. Mining rights for contractor, which he's just far behind on. I guess it's free money for him. If he puts it on the titanium. Do we have minus points this game? Yeah, -1. Yeah, super weak drafts, I agree. Those are fun cards. Do we ever want to play NRA here? NRA is 29 cash for... I guess we'll take NRA. I think we can play NRA and win here. Archives is just cash positive, so we'll take it. Especially after NRA. We have 1 heat bump, so we need to SP4 heat, which we have plenty to do even with NRA. And it's +4, so we have 25 plants, and then you add 7 from the 2 cards. 24 + 7 is 31. Yeah, this seems good to me. And I think we value the point more than... Nah. He's definitely going to city in the center. On the 2 steel. He's got to have one, right? We always convert here. Let's take the cash. Can we SP greenery and take the rest of the heat? I think so. With NRA, this costs, yeah, there's the city. So assuming he doesn't help at all, this costs 14 times 4 is 56, plus 26 is the cost of NRA is 82, plus 23 is 105. Yeah, so we can do it. He funds eccentric, sure. He's at, yeah. Let's look at a card first. That's a whiff. Where's the best greenery spot? I guess we either block the urbanized or we take the titanium. I think we take the titanium. He has a lot more city points than I'm giving. He has 6 city points and 5 greenery points. We have 6 greenery points and 5 city points. And he's gonna run out of money. So we're up by 4, if my counting is right. It's not quite right. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a low scoring game. No, I can't count again. I have 4 city points. So we're up by 2. Predators. That's like all his money. He's gonna fish us always, and it doesn't matter because the EOS puts us to 16. We can pick up a plant off the board if we really have to. He has no plant prod for our birds. Mangrove. I think he'll still take eccentric, and I think it doesn't matter because we just double SP here and we can. Oh, you're right. Can I ever lose this game? I don't think so. We take the 2 heat. We still have 22 cash left to work with. This card's basically free. We've got archives for 10. Archives is +6. So we have 22 after the SPs, 28. This card costs 2. We're at 26. And then we could even play. We can't birds. If it swings the milestone, we'll do it. Or the award, rather. He can't fund anything else. We're already ahead by 4. He's got a molt to play, but he has like no Joves down. We're gonna get 2. Yeah, I think this is just over. Oops. Eccentric is double convert. So we don't quite get it. Oh wait, if we birds ourself, we go to, yeah, we birds ourself, right? Then we go down to 12 plus 3 is 15. And that ties us, right? 15. Yeah, I think that math is right. And that should tie the award. He looked pretty in dire shape after the Jove.